Introduction to Classical Tibetan, Lesson 4.4, Nominalized Verbs and the Vocative Case. We have two more topics to cover briefly in Lesson 4. The first is nominalized verbs. We've already seen that verbs in the dictionary have a pa or a ba, but that verbs lose the ending particle when they occur at the end of the sentence as the main verb. But sometimes we can find verbs with the pa or ba particle in the middle of a sentence, functioning like a noun or an adjective. We call these nominalized verbs. For example, tumpa can be understood as the noun teaching. In the phrase Sangye ki tumpa ni, which means the teachings of the Buddha, we can see that tumpa here functions as a noun. Note that this is a phrase here and not a complete sentence, so there's no verb. In a sentence, we can see nominalized verbs like this. Tekpa mempe tarpe gopang tartukpa ni da chompe gopang o. This is a long sentence. Let's break it apart. First, let's look for a verb. The end of the sentence says gopang. This means level. This isn't a verb, so we can assume that this is a copular sentence and that the yin is omitted. So, remembering that the structure of a copular sentence is subject, predicate, yin, let's look for the subject. We have a ni particle right here, so we know that everything that comes before it is the subject. So our subject is Tekpa menpe tarpe gopang tartukpa. This is a long phrase, but we can look for particles and work from right to left to break it apart. Let's work backwards from the ni until we find a particle. The first one we find is right here, after tarpa. So we've got gopang tartupa. Gopang means level, and tartukpa is an adjective meaning final. So together this is final level. There's the connector particle here, so final level of what? Tarpa. Tar means escape or get free. Tarpa is a nominalized verb meaning liberation. So, the final level of liberation. Tarpe gopang tartupa. And this is all connected with another connective particle, to tekpa mempa, Hinayana. So the entire subject of this sentence is the final level of liberation for the Hinayana. Since we know that this is a copular sentence, we can supply the verb is. So now, what's the predicate? Da chompe gopang. Again, there's a connector particle here, so let's read from right to left. We already know that gopang means level. Level of what? Da chompa, arhat. So the predicate is level of arhat. So the whole sentence together reads, the final level of liberation for the Hinayana is the level of arhat. All you have to do when you approach a longer sentence is break it down into smaller parts by looking for particles. If you can understand what the particles are doing, you can fit the smaller parts of the sentence together. Finally, let's look at the vocative case. The vocative case is usually found when someone is called by his or her name or title. Usually we find this at the beginning of a sentence. The vocative case is not marked by any particle, but it can sometimes be followed by the interjection ke or kaye, meaning something like hey or oh. For example, gelong dak ngotsar lak. Monks, it is amazing. If you find something that looks like it could be a subject but doesn't seem to fit with the rest of the sentence, try translating with the vocative case in mind. That's all we'll cover for today. To review, verbs can be nominalized to function as nouns or adjectives by adding pa or ba. The vocative case is used when addressing someone directly and isn't marked with any particle.